Tonight on the Alex Cardinale Network, it is a A.C.E. Network special. We're traveling back 30 years. We're going back to March 31st, 1995. We're going to learn about the tragic murder of Mexican music star Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. On March 31st, 1995, Selena was murdered by her manager, Yolanda. Tonight, find out about betrayal and obsession and how it leads to the murder of a Mexican pop star. Learn how Selena was killed, learn the impact Selena left to the music world, and learn all the details about this tragic murder right here, right now on the A.C.E. Network. Be sure to post your thoughts in the comments and hit the like button. Now let's get this show started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an Alex Cardinale Network special. Tonight on the Alex Cardinale Network, right here on YouTube, we're going to talk about the tragic murder of pop icon Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. 30 years ago, on March 31st, 1995, this young music star was murdered by someone that she considered a friend and also her business manager and also a mentor. Tonight on the Alex Cardinale, we are going to explore obsession and the ultimate betrayal. Obsession and betrayal led to the murder of a 23-year-old music star who was killed in her prime by someone she considered a friend. Tonight, we're going to learn how obsession, betrayal, lying, and stealing led to the murder of an up-and-coming Mexican music star. This is a really sad case. And it's a prime example of you have to be careful who you trust. DTA, don't trust anyone. And this is a prime example of that. So I'm going to tell you all about Selena. We're going to talk about the perpetrator, Yolanda, and we're going to talk about the tragic murder of pop icon Selena. As always, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's learn about the victim, Mexican pop star Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. She was the queen of Tejano music. Selena Quintanilla-Pérez, often simply known as Selena, was an iconic American singer, songwriter, spokesperson, businesswoman, model, actress, and fashion designer. So she was a woman of all trades. She was born on April 16, 1971 in Lake Jackson, Texas, and became a beloved figure in the world of Latin music and beyond. Selena was the youngest child of Abraham Quintilla Jr. and Marcela Quintilla. Her musical journey began at a young age when her father recognized her potential and formed a family band, Selena y Los Dinos. The band performed at various venues, gaining a local following and eventually rising to prominence in the Tejano music scene. Breakthrough and career highlights. Selena's breakthrough came in the late 1980s and early 1990s. She released several successful albums, including Ven Conmigo and Entra a Ma Mundo, which featured hit songs like Como la Flora. Her music was a blend of Tejana, pop, and cumba, and she quickly became known as the Queen of Tejana music. So Selena won numerous awards, including a Grammy for Best Mexican American Album for Live in 1994. Her contributions to music and fashion made her a cultural icon. Fashion and business ventures. Beyond music, Selena was a talented fashion designer and operated two boutiques named Selena ETC. Her sense of style and business acumen were widely admired. Legacy and impact. Tragically, Selena's life was cut short when she was murdered on March 31st, 1995, by Yolanda Saldivar, the president of her fan club. Her death shocked the world and led to an outpouring of grief from fan and music community. So fans and the entire music community mourned the loss of Selena. Imagine if Selena Perez wasn't killed, she would probably still be a huge music star today, 30 years later, and she would be the age of 53, which means she would still be young and she would still be producing some hit songs. Despite her untimely passing, Selena's legacy continues to thrive. She is celebrated for breaking barriers for women in Tejano music and for her efforts to cross over into the mainstream English language market. Her posthumous album, Dreaming of You, achieved significant success and further solidified her status as a legend. Selena's influence extends beyond music. She is remembered as a trailblazer who inspired many artists and fans alike. Her story has been told through various media, including the biological film Selena, starring Jennifer Lopez, and the Netflix series Selena, the series. Selena Quintanilla-Pérez remains a symbol of talent, charisma, and cultural pride. Her music continues to resonate with new generations, ensuring that her spirit lives on. So let's talk about Selena's music career. Selena Quintanilla-Pérez, often referred to simply as Selena, is celebrated as one of the most influential artists in the history of Latin music. Her meteoric rise to fame and her enduring legacy have left an indelible mark on the music industry. Here is a comprehensive recap of her music career. Selena was born on April 16th, 1971, in Lake Jackson, Texas. Her passion for music was evident from a young age, influenced by her father, Abraham Quintilla Jr., a former musician. Recognizing her talent, he formed the band Selena y Los Dinos, with Selena as the lead vocalist. They performed at family gatherings, local events, and small venues, quickly gaining a loyal fan base. Breakthrough and rise to stardom. In the late 1980s, Selena y Los Dinos began to attract attention with their unique fusion of Tejano music, a blend of Mexican and American styles. Selena's charismatic stage presence and powerful voice set her apart from other artists in the genre. Her first albums, Selena, 1989. Selena's debut album, released under EMI Latin, marked the beginning of her professional career. It featured a mix of Tejano tunes and introduced her to a broader audience. Then Camingo, 1990. This album included the hit single, Bala Esta Cumbia, which became a dance staple and further solidified her popularity in the Latin music scene. Accolades and recognition. Selena's popularity continued to soar with each release. Her dynamic performances and engaging personality earned her several accolades, including the Tejano Music Award for Female Vocalist of the Year, which she won multiple times. The early 1990s marked a turning point in Selena's career as she began to cross over into mainstream success. Key albums and hits. Entra a Ma Mundo, 1992. This album was a commercial success featuring the hit Como la Flor, which became one of her signature songs. And please excuse me if I am butchering the names. I'm not good at saying Latin things. The album topped the Billboard Regional Mexican Album Chart for 8 consecutive months. Amor Prohibido, 1994. Widely regarded as one of her best works, Amor Prohibido spawned several hits, including the title track and Biddy Biddy Boom Boom. The album achieved multiple platinum status and received critical acclaim. In 1994, Selena's album Live won the Grammy Award for Best Mexican American Album. This victory not only elevated her status within the Latin music community, but it also introduced her to a wider American audience. Crossover aspirations. Selena was on the brink of a major crossover into the English-speaking market at the time of her untimely death. She had begun recording an English language album, which was intended to expand her fan base beyond the Latin community. Dreaming of You was recorded in 1995, and it was released posthumously. Dreaming of You became an instant success, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200. The album contained both English and Spanish tracks, showcasing her versatility as an artist. It features hits like I Could Fall in Love and the title track Dreaming of You, both of which became enduring favorites. Selena's tragic death on March 31st, 1995, at the age of 23, was a tremendous loss to the music world. However, her legacy continues to thrive. Her music remains influential, and she is often remembered as the queen of Tijuana music. Selena's life and career have been celebrated through films, documentaries, and a devoted fan base that continues to honor her memory. And tonight, here on the Alex Cardinale Network, we are honoring her memory as well. She should not just be remembered as a murder victim. She needs to be remembered as an excellent Mexican music star who is well on her way to the top. Her impact is evident not only in music, but also in fashion and cultural representation, making her an enduring icon of talent and timeless appeal. The impact of Selena's death, a surge in popularity. Following her untimely death, Selena's music experienced a dramatic surge in popularity. Her album, Dreaming of You, released posthumously, debuted at #1 in the Billboard 200 chart. This made her the first Latin artist to achieve such a feat, highlighting the increasing demand and appreciation for Latin music in mainstream markets. Selena's music and persona played a crucial role in bridging cultural gaps between the Hispanic community and the broader American audience. After her death, there was a notable increase in interest in Tijuana and Latin music genres, contributing to the rise of Latin artists in the United States of America. Her legacy opened doors for future generations of Latin musicians, inspiring artists like Enrique Iglesias, Jennifer Lopez, and Shakira. The circumstances surrounding Selena's death also promoted the music industry to reflect on the nature of celebrity and the vulnerabilities faced by artists. Her murder by a trusted confidant underscored the need for better protection and support systems for artists, leading to discussions about the responsibilities of management and record labels in ensuring the safety of musicians. Selena's influence extended beyond music. Her life and career became a symbol of hope and inspiration for many, particularly within the Latino community. The 1997 biopic Selena, featuring Jennifer Lopez, brought her story to a global audience and cemented her status as a cultural icon. Tributes and homages continue to celebrate her life and contributions, keeping her memory alive. Selena's death was a catalyst for change. within the music industry, fostering greater inclusivity and recognition of Latin music. Her legacy continues to influence artists and fans alike, demonstrating the enduring power of her music and the impact of her life. Well, coming up next here on this Alex Cardinale Network special, we're going to learn how Selena Perez met Yolanda Saldivar. Yolanda Saldivar was her manager and also the founder of her fan club. We're going to find out how Selena met Yolanda, ultimately the woman who betrayed her and killed her tragically. Learn all about Yolanda right after this quick message for a very fun episode of Saturday Live taking place tomorrow here on the Alex Cardinale Network.
Join us for the first Saturday Live of the month on May 3rd, 2025, at 9 p.m. Eastern/6 p.m. Pacific for an unforgettable evening. Dive into Alex's first week at Coismart and discover how he handled his new role. In a brand new segment, learn life-saving tips on what to do in a hostage situation. Celebrate the animal of the world, the vibrant cardinal bird. Dive into fascinating facts about swordtail fish, Congo tetras, bleeding heart tetras, and the elusive peacock eels. Plus, get updates on the stunning chili red Oscars, adorable African dwarf frogs, and the majestic red-tailed giant gourami. Culinary enthusiasts won't want to miss Chef Alex's debut entree, a delicious baked ziti. Plus, get a scoop on Twix, live aquaria, and peacock base. Don't miss the Yankees spotlight and watch along for all the latest sports action. Tune in live on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. See you there for an exciting night of entertainment, education, and fun. Live this Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
A pivotal and ultimately tragic relationship in Selena's life was her connection with Yolanda Saldivar. Understanding how they met provides insight into the complexities of their association. The beginning of their relationship. Selena and Yolanda Saldivar first crossed paths in the early 1990s. Yolanda, a former nurse, had become a fan of Selena and her music. Her admiration led her to attend numerous concerts and events where she began to make her presence known within the fan community. Formation of the fan club. Yolanda Saldivar's persistent devotion to Selena caught the attention of the singer's family. She approached Selena's father, Abraham, with the idea of starting a fan club. In 1991, she officially founded the Selena Fan Club in San Antonio, Texas. Her dedication and organizational skills quickly elevated her to the position of president of the fan club. So originally, when Yolanda and Selena met, they had a professional relationship. Impressed by her enthusiasm and apparent loyalty, the Quintilla family entrusted Yolanda with more responsibilities. She was eventually given a role in managing Selena's boutiques, Selena, etc. Yolanda became a trusted associate and confidant, working closely with Selena both professionally and personally. So after working for Selena professionally, Selena and Yolanda became friends. The initial meeting between Selena and Yolanda was marked by mutual admiration and trust. Yolanda's role in the fan club and boutiques showcased her as a dedicated supporter. However, the relationship that began with such promise would later unravel into a story of betrayal and tragedy, leaving a lasting impact on Selena's legacy, as we're going to learn in just a few seconds here. How close were Selena and Yolanda? The relationship between Selena Quintanilla, the beloved Tejano music star, and Yolanda Saldivar, the president of her fan club, was complex and tragically impactful. Professional relationship. Selena and Yolanda initially had a professional relationship. Yolanda Saldivar started as a devoted fan and eventually became the president of Selena's fan club in 1991. Her dedication and organization skills quickly gained Selena's trust, leading to her managing several of Selena's boutiques in Texas. Personal interaction. Over time, Yolanda became a trusted confidant in Selena's life. She was often seen as more than just an employee. Selena considered her a friend. Yolanda's proximity to Selena allowed her to become deeply involved in both her personal and professional life, which was significant since Selena's circle of trust was relatively small. Growing tensions. Despite the initial trust, tensions began to rise in early 1995. Accusations surfaced regarding mismanagement of funds and fraudulent activities in Selena's boutiques and fan club, both overseen by Yolanda. These issues created a serious rift between them, leading Selena and her family to question Yolanda's loyalty and integrity. The relationship between Selena and Yolanda ended tragically on March 31st, 1995, when Yolanda Saldivar shot and killed Selena in a Corpus Christi motel. This event shocked the world and marked a heartbreaking end to what was once a close relationship. And we're going to talk about March 31st, 1995, the murder of Selena in detail in a few moments here on this Alex Cardinale Network special. In conclusion, Selena and Yolanda's relationship transitioned from a trusted professional and personal alliance to one marred by suspicion and betrayal, ultimately leading to a devastating outcome. And coming up next here on the Alex Cardinale Network special, we're going to learn how betrayal leads to a tragic death of a Mexican music star. Unfortunately, Selena's life was cut short because of betrayal and deception. Coming up next, we're going to learn more about the suspect, Yolanda, and all the crimes she committed before she killed Selena. That's up next, right after this quick word of a very special live stream that is coming up.
Get ready for the biggest Saturday Live of 2025. On Saturday, May 24th, 2025, join us as we celebrate 3 incredible years of entertainment with Alex Cardinale and Saturday Live. It's our 3rd anniversary, and we're throwing a 3-hour extravaganza you won't want to miss. Tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Alex Cardinale Network YouTube channel. Meet our amazing guests, fish keeper Jeremy Lady, cichlid breeder Eli Lee, and YouTuber Price Tag Aquariums. Plus, a special surprise guest. Who could it be? Watch Chef Alex whip up delicious recipes like cookies and cream brownies, chocolate chip cookie sandwiches, and homemade mozzarella sticks. Catch Aqua Alex's latest aquarium update and watch as he adds new fish to his collection. Who will be the next inductees into the creative community? Find out live. Gear up for an exciting preview of WWE's Saturday night's main event. And that's just the beginning. Join us for so much more. Celebrate with us live on May 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss out on the fun.
All right, so now it's time to learn about the perpetrator, the murderer, and the suspect, Yolanda Saldivar. So before we learn about the crimes committed by Yolanda, let's learn a little bit about Yolanda. Yolanda Saldivar is infamously known for her involvement in the death of beloved Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. Her actions have left an indelible mark on the music industry and the hearts of fans worldwide. Here is an overview of the crime she committed. Obviously, the biggest crime she committed was the murder of Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. The murder took place 30 years ago on March 31st, 1995. It took place at a Days Inn hotel in Corpus Christi, Texas. Yolanda Saldivar was convicted of first-degree murder for the shooting of Selena Quintanilla-Pérez. Selena was only 23 years old at the time of her death. The incident took place in a hotel room where Saldivar shot Selena in the back, leading to her untimely death shortly afterwards due to blood loss. But that wasn't the only crime that Yolanda Saldivar pulled off on Selena, because the other crimes she did were embezzlement and fraud. Before the tragic event, Yolanda Saldivar was the president of Selena's fan club, and she also managed Selena's boutiques, Selena etc. However, her involvement in these roles were marred by unethical practices. Embezzlement. Saldivar was accused of embezzling money from both the fan club and the boutiques. Fraud. She reportedly misappropriated funds, writing fraudulent checks and stealing from accounts meant for the businesses and fan club. And she did not pay any employees that worked at the boutiques. These financial discrepancies were discovered by Selena's family, leading to confrontations with Saldivar. The embezzlement and fraud were significant factors that strained the friendship and relationship between Saldivar and the Quintanilla family, ultimately culminating in the tragic death and the tragic events of March 1995. Legal consequences. Verdict and sentence. She was found guilty of first-degree murder, and she was sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 30 years. And thankfully, it has been 30 years, and she was denied parole earlier this year. I think she was denied parole. She was denied parole in either late March of this year or last month. She was denied parole. Yolanda Saldivar was convicted in October of 1995, and she is currently serving her sentence in a Texas prison. And she will continue to serve her sentence in a Texas prison because she was denied parole recently. Her actions not only ended a blossoming career, but also deprived the world of a talented artist who had touched the lives of many people. How was Selena made aware of Yolanda's embezzlement scheme? Initial suspicion. The unraveling of Yolanda Saldivar's embezzlement scheme began with growing suspicions among Selena Quintanilla-Pérez's family and business associates. Yolanda, who was the president of Selena's fan club and managed several of her boutiques, had gained the family's trust. However, discrepancies in financial records and complaints from fan club members about unreceived merchandise raised red flags. Selena's father, Ibrahim Quintanilla Jr., played a crucial role in uncovering the embezzlement. As the manager of Selena's career, he took the initiative to investigate these irregularities. He discovered that Yolanda had been embezzling money from both the fan club and the boutiques. Evidence of checks forged with unauthorized signatures and missing funds were found. Upon learning of the embezzlement, Selena and her family decided to confront Yolanda. In March 1995, a meeting took place where Yolanda was questioned about the missing funds and discrepancies. Despite Yolanda's initial denials and excuses, the evidence against her was undeniable. This confrontation marked the beginning of the end of Yolanda's and Selena's marked the end of Yolanda's involvement with Selena's business ventures, but it also marked the end of their relationship as well. Tragic aftermath. Sadly, the confrontation did not conclude peacefully. The situation escalated, leading to a tragic encounter on March 31st, 1995, when Yolanda Saldivar fatally shot Selena at a motel in Corpus Christi, Texas. This heartbreaking event shocked fans worldwide and marked the loss of a beloved talent. Selena's untimely death highlighted the importance of trust and vigilance in business dealings, serving as a poignant reminder of the potential consequences of misplaced trust. And those are the crimes that were committed by Yolanda Saldivar. Now we're going to talk about what Selena's reaction to Yolanda's crimes was. What was Selena's reaction to Yolanda's crimes? Initially, Selena was unaware of the extent of Yolanda's betrayal. Suspicion arose when discrepancies were discovered in financial records managed by Yolanda. Selena, known for her forgiving nature, wanted to believe in Yolanda's innocence and hoped for a reasonable explanation. As the evidence against Selena mounted, Selena was forced to confront the harsh reality. The betrayal was not just financial, but deeply personal, as Yolanda had been a trusted confidant. Selena's reaction was one of heartbreak and disbelief. She was known to have expressed feelings of confusion and sadness, questioning how someone she considered family could deceive her so profoundly. And that is sad, ladies and gentlemen. See, you never know who you can trust. DTA, don't trust anybody. Selena's tragic death at the hands of Yolanda on March 31st, 1995, was a devastating turn of events. While Selena's reaction to the betrayal was cut short by this tragedy, her legacy continues to inspire and resonate with millions around the world. Her music, kindness, and vibrant spirit remain a testament to her enduring impact, and she is remembered with love and respect by fans and admirers everywhere. So Selena was an outstanding person. It sounds like she was a very, very nice young woman who got killed by a greedy, sick individual. So Yolanda Saldivar, speaking of Latin community, Yolanda Saldivar lied, cheat, and steal. She basically was a real-life Eddie Guerrero. Anyway, coming up next here on this Alex Cardinale Network special, let's talk about the final confrontation, Selena's tragic murder. Learn about the day of Selena's murder from start to end, with Selena being pronounced dead at a hospital at the hands of her confidant, her mentor, and her former business manager and friend, Yolanda Saldivar. That's coming up next. Chef Alex Cardinale here, and I'm very honored and excited to announce the Chef Cardinale Cooking Show is coming back. The Chef Cardinale Cooking Show was launched in 2013, and it was my very first podcast. The Chef Cardinale Cooking Show will launch on the Alex Cardinale Network on May 9th, 2025. On the Chef Cardinale Cooking Show premiere, it is all about mothers. It's a Mother's Day recipe special, and there might be a special guest or two. Join Chef Alex as he relaunches Chef Cardinale Cooking Show on May 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on the Alex Cardinale Network. All right, it's the final confrontation, Selena's tragic murder. And it happened at a meeting on March 31st, 1995. Here's some background information leading to the meeting. Selena Quintanilla was a beloved Tejano music star known for her incredible voice and charismatic presence. Yolanda Saldivar was the president of Selena's fan club and managed her boutiques. Over time, Selena's family had become suspicious of Yolanda due to financial discrepancies and missing funds. March 31st, 1995, the meeting at the hotel. On March 31st, 1995, Selena agreed to meet Yolanda at the Days Inn in Corpus Christi, Texas. The purpose of this meeting was to retrieve financial documents that Yolanda had refused to hand over. Selena needed these documents to address the ongoing financial issues that had been troubling her business. The tragic event unfolds. Step 1, arrival at the hotel. Selena arrived at the Days Inn that morning. She was determined to confront Yolanda and settle the financial discrepancies. Despite the tension, Selena hoped to resolve the situation amicably. That's the nice person that Selena was. The confrontation. Inside the hotel room, a heated argument broke out between Selena and Yolanda. Selena demanded the financial documents, seeking closure on the matter. The confrontation escalated and emotions ran high. The shooting. In a tragic turn of events, Yolanda pulled out a gun during the argument. As Selena attempted to leave the room, Yolanda shot her in the back. Despite her injuries, Selena managed to run towards the lobby, leaving a trail of blood behind her. The aftermath. Selena collapsed in the lobby where she named Yolanda as her assailant before losing consciousness. She was rushed to the hospital, but sadly the injuries proved fatal and Selena was pronounced dead shortly after arrival. Reflection on the incident. Selena's death sent shockwaves through the music world and her fan base. The young star was on the cusp of achieving even greater success, making her untimely death all the more heartbreaking. Yolanda Saldivar was later arrested and convicted of Selena's murder, receiving a life sentence. This tragic event remains a significant and sorrowful moment in music history, highlighting the importance of trust and the devastating impact of betrayal. That was the day of the final confrontation. It all came to a head on March 31st, 1995, when Selena thought she was meeting her former friend, her former mentor, and her former manager. She thought she was there just to get documents and bank records back, and they would leave and go their own ways amicably. However, the liar, the cheater, the stealer, the con, Yolanda had other plans. She wanted to kill Selena for betraying her friendship, or so she thought. A lot of people who commit crimes often view themselves as a victim tragically. Well, coming up next, we're going to learn about how the world reacted to the news of this tragic shooting. How did the Latin community react to the death of Selena? How did the United States of America react to the death of Selena? And how did the entire world react to the death of Selena? That is coming up next.
We are thrilled to honor Lynn Mathney, a beloved figure in the world of Corridorus Catfish, as our very first posthumous inductee into the 2025 Creative Community Hall of Fame. Lynn's passion for Corridorus catfish knew no bounds, as she dedicated her life to keeping, raising, and breeding several species of these delightful creatures. In 2014, Lynn teamed up with Aqua Alex to produce enlightening podcasts, spreading invaluable knowledge and fostering a love for Corridorus catfish among enthusiasts worldwide. Known for her warm heart and infectious humor, Lynn had a remarkable talent for making everyone feel special. Alex Cardinale is proud to ensure that Lynn's legacy endures and that her contributions to the Corredores community are never forgotten. Join us in celebrating Lynn Mathney, the unforgettable catfish breeder, as her memory continues to inspire us all. We are thrilled to honor the incomparable Sam Skulls, also known as Sam Garcia Jr., as the newest inductee into the 2025 Creative Community Hall of Fame. A true embodiment of creativity and passion, Sam's incredible talent as a nature artist has left an indelible mark on the world of art and education. Known for his breathtaking depictions of fish species, reptiles, and animals, Sam's work is a celebration of the natural world. Beyond his artistic prowess, Sam is a dedicated animal lover and tropical fish enthusiast who has made significant contributions to the animal and fish hobby, inspiring and educating countless individuals along the way. His close friend and mentee, Alex Cardinale, attests to Sam's profound impact as a mentor and friend. Join us in celebrating Sam Skull's remarkable achievements and welcoming him into the Creative Community Hall of Fame.
All right, now we're going to talk about how the world reacted to the loss of Selena. The tragic shooting of Selena Quintanilla-Pérez, often referred to as the Queen of Tejano music, by Yolanda Saldivar on March 31st, 1995, sent shockwaves around the world. The news of her untimely death at the age of 23 devastated fans and sparked widespread mourning and media coverage. Selena's fans were heartbroken by the loss of a beloved icon. Vigils were held across the United States and Mexico as fans gathered to honor her memory. Many expressed their grief through letters, flowers, and messages left at makeshift memorials. Selena's music saw a surge in popularity as fans sought to keep her spirit alive through her songs. The media extensively covered Selena's death, with news outlets across the globe reporting on the tragic event. The shooting was not only a major story in the United States, but also in Latin America, where Selena was a celebrated figure. Her story dominated headlines, and her life was celebrated through numerous tributes and retrospectives on her career and impact. Selena's death brought attention to the Tejano music genre and its cultural significance. The outpouring of grief highlighted her role as a cultural icon and a symbol of Latino pride. Her music transcended cultural boundaries, and her legacy was cemented by the release of posthumous albums and a biological film, Selena, starring Jennifer Lopez, which further immortalized her legacy. Legal and social reactions. Yolanda Saldivar's arrest and subsequent trial were closely followed by the public. The trial brought to light issues surrounding trust and betrayal, as Saldivar had been a close friend and the president of Selena's fan club. The case also sparked discussions about the safety and security of public figures, particularly young female artists. In summary, the world reacted to Selena's death with an outpouring of grief and tributes, underscoring her profound impact on music and culture. Her legacy continues to inspire new generations, and she remains a beloved figure in the hearts of many people. And that is how the world reacted to the loss of a young music star. Now let's go back to that con artist, Yolanda Saldivar. What did Yolanda do after she murdered her young friend? Let's find out right now. So, what did Yolanda Saldivar do after shooting Selena? The events that followed the shooting painted a completely complex picture of Saldivar's actions and the subsequent legal proceedings. Immediate aftermath. After the shooting, Yolanda Saldivar attempted to flee the scene. However, she was intercepted by the police shortly after the incident. Saldivar locked herself in a pickup truck with a gun, leading to a tense standoff with law enforcement officers. The standoff lasted nearly 9 hours outside a Corpus Christi motel, during which time Saldivar threatened to take her own life and negotiated with police. Eventually, Yolanda Saldivar surrendered to the police. She was arrested and taken into custody, where she was charged with first-degree murder for the killing of Selena. The murder shocked fans worldwide and garnered significant media attention. During her trial, Saldivar claimed the shooting was accidental, asserting that the gun went off unintentionally. However, the jury found her guilty of murder. On October 23, 1995, Yolanda Saldivar was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Incarceration. Currently, Yolanda Saldivar is serving her sentence at the Mountain View Unit in Gatesville, Texas. Her case remains one of the most high-profile and closely watched criminal cases in recent history, particularly among fans of Selena who continue to honor the singer's legacy and contributions to music. The tragic event had a profound impact on the music world and Selena's fans. Selena's legacy continues to thrive through her music, and she is remembered as a trailblazer in the Tejano music scene. Yolanda Saldivar's actions have been subject of public scrutiny and discussion, serving as a somber reminder of the singer's untimely death. What was Yolanda's reasoning for shooting Selena? Yolanda Saldivar had been managing Selena's boutiques and fan club, but it was discovered that she was embezzling money. Selena and her family confronted Saldivar about these discrepancies. This confrontation led to a significant breach of trust, which played a crucial role in the events that followed. Emotional turmoil and betrayal. Feelings of betrayal and desperation seemingly plagued Saldivar. Despite being confronted with evidence of her mismanagement and theft, she struggled to let go of her position and influence with Selena's life and business. Her emotional state was reportedly unstable, contributing to the tragic turn of events. On the day of the shooting, Selena met with Saldivar at a motel in Corpus Christi, Texas, to retrieve missing financial papers. During this meeting, a heated argument ensued. It is widely believed that Saldivar felt cornered and desperate, leading her to commit the fatal act. Of course, she was cornered and desperate because she spent all the money and probably didn't have the financial documents. But still, you be honest and say, hey, I spent the money and I don't have the documents. It would have probably turned out better. Maybe Selena would have been understanding because she was such a nice person. Saldivar's explanation. In the aftermath, Saldivar claimed that the shooting was accidental, asserting that the gun went off inadvertently. However, this explanation has been met with skepticism, especially given the context of their confrontation and the evidence presented during her trial. The murder of Selena Quintanilla was a devastating loss to her family, fans, and the music world. While the exact reasoning behind Yolanda Saldivar's actions may never be fully understood, the incident remains a stark reminder of the complexities of trust and betrayal. And coming up next, we're going to talk about Yolanda Saldivar's court trial for the murder of Selena Perez and all the other crimes that she committed.
Welcome to the Alex Cardinale Network live stream. If you're new here, we're thrilled to have you. Hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell to stay in the loop for all our exciting live streams and uploads. Dive into a world where aquariums meet culinary arts, unravel intriguing crime stories, and enjoy the thrill of pro wrestling. Plus, don't miss out on our Saturday live sessions for a blend of current events, entertainment, and education. For our loyal viewers, we appreciate your continued support. Be sure to like today's video and share it with your friends to spread the fun and knowledge. Stay connected on Facebook. Expand your experience by liking our official Facebook pages for updates, show news, and live alerts. Alex Cardinale Network. Chef Cardinale Cooking Show. Aquatic Wetline with Aqua Alex. Saturday Live with Alex Cardinale. Simply search for these shows on Facebook, hit like and follow, and join our vibrant community. Thank you for being part of the Alex Cardinale Network. Your engagement helps us create more amazing content. Let's grow and learn together.
Yolanda Saldivar's trial for the murder of Selena commenced on October 11th, 1995. The prosecution argued that the murder was premeditated, pointing to Saldivar's actions leading up to the shooting. The defense claimed the shooting was accidental, arguing that the gun discharged unintentionally during a heated discussion. On October 23rd, 1995, after deliberating for less than 3 hours, the jury found Yolanda Saldivar guilty of first-degree murder. The conviction carried an automatic life sentence with the eligibility of parole after 30 years. This meant that Saldivar was eligible for parole this year, but she was denied. She was also fined $10,000. Other crimes and allegations. In addition to the murder charge, Saldivar faced allegations related to the embezzlement of funds from Selena's businesses and fan club. While these allegations were significant in the investigation, the primary focus of the trial was the murder charge. No separate trial was conducted for the embezzlement, as the severity of the murder charge and its resultant sentence overshadowed these impacts. Yolanda Saldivar is currently sentencing her life sentence at the Mountain View Unit, a maximum security women's prison in Gatesville, Texas. Her case remains a poignant reminder of the tragic loss of Selena, a beloved figure in the music industry. Yolanda was currently denied parole. In April of this year, she was denied parole, and she will not be getting out of prison anytime soon. Now, that leads us to our next question. We know that she's not getting out anytime soon, but should Yolanda Saldivar ever be paroled? Here are the arguments against her parole. Here are why people say she should not be paroled. The severity of the crime. The murder of Selena was a premeditated act that deprived the world of a talented artist. The gravity of this crime cannot be understated, and many argue that it warrants the full life sentence without parole. I agree. Public safety concerns. Some believe that releasing Saldivar can pose a threat to public safety. Emotions surrounding Selena's death remain high, and there is a concern about potential retaliation against Saldivar. Lack of remorse. Critics argue that Saldivar has not shown sufficient remorse for her actions. Acknowledgement of guilt and genuine remorse are often considered crucial factors in parole decisions. Arguments for parole. Here are the reasons why people think she should be paroled. Rehabilitation. Supporters of parole may argue that Saldivar has had sufficient time to reflect on her actions and may have been rehabilitated during her time in prison. If she has demonstrated positive behavior and a genuine change, parole can be considered. Age and health. Saldivar will be in her 70s by the time she is eligible for parole. Considerations of age and health often factor into parole decisions, as older inmates may no longer pose a significant threat to society. Legal precedences. The parole system is designed to offer a second chance to individuals who have served a significant portion of their sentence. Denying parole on principle rather than on an assessment of the individual's current state can be seen as contrary to the real rehab purpose of the justice system. The decision to grant parole to Yolanda Saldivar involves weighing the severity of her crime against the potential for rehabilitation and public safety concerns. It is a complex issue that requires careful consideration of legal principles, societal impact, and the individual's personal growth. Ultimately, the parole board will need to assess whether releasing Saldivar aligns with the goals of justice and rehabilitation while ensuring the safety and sentiments of the community are respected. And that is the pros and cons of Saldivar getting paroled. But I just don't see Saldivar getting paroled, and rightfully so. Well, it's time to wrap up this show right after this quick word.
Help Alex Cardinale get to the 11th Grand Spectacle in New Jersey. Join the celebration. Let's come together to support Alex Cardinale as he prepares to attend the 11th Grand Spectacle in New Jersey. It's a special event celebrating 11 years of amazing achievements, and Alex needs our help to make it there. About the journey, Alex will be attending Aquashella, visiting friends, and creating exciting content for everyone to enjoy. However, times have been tough, and he's had difficulty finding employment. That's where you, his incredible audience, can make a difference. How you can help. Donate, any amount, big or small, helps. Even $1 can make a huge difference. Your support will cover Alex's travel, food, and hotel expenses. Where to donate? Send your contributions via Cash App to $AlexCard1993. Every donation is appreciated. Special thank you. As a token of appreciation, Alex will host a personalized livestream on a topic of your choice. Don't forget to include your email with your donation so he can connect with you. Let's make this happen. Be a part of this journey and help Alex reach the grand spectacle. Your generosity and support mean the world to him. Thank you for being a part of this adventure.
All right, so let's conclude this awesome show with my thoughts on this case. I think it is incredibly tragic that Selena trusted Yolanda, and Yolanda took advantage of Selena's trust. Yolanda stole from Selena. Not only did she steal her money and her business, but she also stole her life, tragically. It is very sad and very unfortunate. And as I said throughout the show, this is a prime example of why, when it comes to business and personal things, you can't trust everybody out there. You have to be very, very careful. And you have to be very cautious who you select to run your business and who you select to be involved in your personal life. It is absolutely horrendous what Yolanda did, and I hope Yolanda rots in prison for what she took away from the world. Selena was a very nice young woman who had a whole life ahead of her, but she was killed at the young age of 23 years old. It is very, very, very sad. But I wonder why Selena didn't have a police officer come with her to the meeting at the hotel. A police officer would have been there to prevent shooting or any tragedy to have happened. That's a question of what if. What if a police officer was present? Would Yolanda have gone crazy and tried to kill Selena with a police officer there? Would there have been a hostage situation? What would have happened if Selena had asked for a police officer to be present at the hotel? That's some of the things that I think about here in 2025, because if I was meeting someone that stole from me, I would want a police officer to be with me to confront this individual. But that is just my thoughts. My overall thoughts is the very tragic case, and my thoughts and prayers go out to Selena's family 30 years after this tragic day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is tonight's special episode of the Alex Cardinale Network. I hope you enjoyed learning about the tragic murder of pop icon Selena. I want to thank you all for watching this episode, and if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to smash that like button. It helps with the algorithm. And please feel free to post your thoughts on this crime case in the comments. Until next time, this was a special presentation of the Alex Cardinale Network, and I'm your host, Alex Cardinale. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning, or night, and thank you for taking the time to watch the Alex Cardinale Network. Goodbye from sunny South Florida.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Alex Cardinale Network. We hope you found the show both enjoyable and informative, sparking your curiosity and expanding your knowledge with something exciting and new. Stay connected. Like and share. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and share this amazing video with your friends and family. Your support helps us reach more viewers and continue bringing you quality content. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging episodes and updates directly to your feed. Thank you once again for watching. We appreciate your time and enthusiasm. Until next time, take care and keep exploring new horizons with the Alex Cardinale Network. See you soon.